months down the line, guess where I went?
I just nearly said, didn't I?
You did sort of, yeah. I went to
A couple of video shots, which I said last year we'd get done. Video on how we sold our house.
Each caravan is allocated a picture number. It's important this is adhered to. So for whatever reason, we change stations. There's one down there. So
Well, we might do it because you've got half term coming up in February, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and weather forecast today is lovely. Right, so I mentioned the other day that I've reduced the flow of that solar fountain. It was too high last time. It was going so high, and when it was windy all the water was blowing out. Right, we've got the girl. I'm going to get this day started with a Rasha walk. Molehill, 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 molehill. Oh, the other side of the road. Molehill, molehill, molehills. Molehills, molehills. Goodness me, more molehills than you can shake a stick at. Right, let's go across the road. Rasha's got a lot of sprint in her step. She's bouncing along this. Whoa, where are you going, Rash? She's bounding along. She keeps having a sniff at all the molehills. Look at them all. Right, we cross over. So we've got a bit of an anniversary taking place at the moment. It is now, I do believe, 14 years this week since we adopted Rasha, or Rasha adopted us, whichever way you look at it. There is a video all about Rasha and how we come to rescue her from Romania. It was 14 years when she came over from Romania to the UK, so she's well over 14 years. I think she's about 6 months, something like that. But what I'm going to do, if I remember, I'm going to insert some little photographs of when Rasha first came to stay with us, and you'll see all the kids 14 years ago, a very young Lee, Hannah, Lucy and Simon. So yeah, I'm going to put those on at the end of this clip. And so it's a beautiful day. There's a lot of things now are starting to come to life after the closed winter season in a holiday area. So we're still early February, but the big build up is coming into March, and March the 15th is a big date around here, which is when the council allow most campsites that have been closed over winter and things to actually reopen up. So even though things are coming back to life, the 15th of March, go on Rash, we'll go to the bridge, come on, good girl. There's a big build up now for the 15th of March, and all the seasonal jobs are all being advertised, and yeah, it's like the dormant seaside town is rising up once again. And then this time of year now, as I say, in February, you get these beautiful February days, and all the signs of spring are everywhere. You say you've got the snowdrops coming up. I've not seen any crocuses yet, but you get the crocuses. All the stems from the tulips are showing, and then you get the random really warm February days, but you can still get the ice and snow in February. So yeah, lots to look forward to. And we're also coming up to, I don't know what the date was, the first anniversary when Lee came to Lincolnshire with Sandra and her mum for a long weekend. He'd never been to Lincolnshire, and he said, well, come and have a look and come and stay at the nursery, because I was working at the nurseries back then, and if you like it you can come and live here. So we're coming up to that anniversary, and then I need to get another couple of video shots which I said last year we'd get done. Video on how we sold our house back in Manchester and completed in 3 to 4 months even though at the time it felt a lot longer than that. And then how we came to buy the property in Lincolnshire where we're now living, and possibly to tell the tale of the first property that got us really interested. Right, Rasha, what are you doing now? Have you had enough? Come on, we'll go up to the bridge. So we'll just go up to the next field. So we've got those videos coming up, and if there's any questions you want to ask myself, Sandra, or even Lee, do fire them in the comments below. And I'm not saying we'll do a Q&A session, but we may do a Q&A session if there's any questions that you want to ask. And also, would you be interested in myself and Sandra doing another live? So we did one, it must be a couple of years back now, and it proved to be popular. Although I need a moderator, we did have a couple of cranks join in, like you do. But we are thinking about possibly doing, let's go into this field here, Rash, and then we'll head back. Another live. And also if there's any other things you'd like us to do. So this is this field here now, which is, this is a shortcut into Wainfleet. So we're literally only a 5-minute walk and you're into the village. All lush and very green, isn't it? Right, go on then, if you want to go back. So she's quite funny, Rasha, now. When she's had enough, she sort of just abruptly stops. Right, so I'm going to get Rasha in, and I've got some domestic chores to be doing at home, and then I need to nip out for an hour as well. But just, yeah, if you've got any questions for us, as I say, the channel's taking on it's morphing into a different beast to being a campsite warden. And I'm now erstwhile, and again this time last year I was getting very, very close to coming back for my last season working at the nurseries. And yeah, interesting year last year, wasn't it? When you look now, it's all a very distant memory, and who knows where we're going to ahead. Right, anyway, enough of me waffling. What I'm going to do, I'm going to insert some pictures of Rasha when she very, very first came to live with us 14 years ago. Hope you enjoy these pictures. To mention as well, I think I mentioned the other day that I had a load of wax in my ear. It was grim, and I couldn't get it out, so I ended up having to pay a beautician. In Skegness, it cost me £60 to get my ears syringed. What is going on with the so-called National Health Service? The National Health Service. Here and above, you're not covered anymore. So your eyesight isn't covered for free eye tests and glasses, and you can you still get prescription glasses? I'm not too sure, if I'm honest. we've got glaucoma runs in our family, so I do get free eye tests, but eye tests are paid for now, privatised. And there's plenty of opticians, isn't there, if you notice that? But you have to pay. So that's gone. Your ears, now, you used to be able to get your ears fixed and dealt with on the NHS. That's now gone. So let's say £60. A lot of people haven't got £60 is a lot of money for some people. All these wallies, I go, no, it's only 60 quid, it's only 50 quid. It's just outrageous what's going on. And then the worst of all is your dentist. So, yeah, most people now have not got an NHS dentist anymore. So that's privatised. So what's going on with the head? Because everything to do with the head is all privatised. But anyway, I can hear. But he is a bit sensitive. Massive lump of wax has gone down there. So, yeah, that's done. I think I'm going to go and take myself out on the bike. It's a nice day. I'm going to give myself a bike ride down by the river. So I think I'll probably take you to and show you. Do you remember a few weeks ago when it all breached at night and everything? I'll show you down there when the river is down, and maybe have a ride up a little path and everything. I think I'm going to do that. I've got some rendering of some video files that have just been a bit weird at the moment for some reason. I think I've overdone my computer, so I have a little desk over here. Anyway, I'm going to let that render up those couple of files while I'm out. Rasha's having a bit of a snooze. You all right there, Rasha? You all quite happy? Yeah? Oh, hello. Are you quite happy after you had a quite nice walk this morning, didn't you? Are you happy? 14 years, Rasha. 14 years you've been with us. Look at your little grey face. You're looking really good for a 14-year-old. And then I've got tea underway. I'm doing a chili con carne, so I've got rice all ready. Tomorrow I've got a chicken fried rice, so I've cooked the rice today, because for your best chicken fried rice you need it pre-cooked, let it cool down overnight, so that's ready for tomorrow. And then we're heading towards another weekend, aren't we? Right, let's get my bike jacket on, get my helmet on, and get my keys, and let's go and hit the road.
Right, yo, all ready. So I had the handlebars and seat and pedal all folded up from the bike ride that I did last week. So, yeah, it should all be well. I'll be charged up, fine and dandy. Let's go and hit the road, Jack, shall we? Let's hit the road. Hey, it's beautiful, isn't it? As I was mentioning it earlier. Yeah, not too cold at all. Although I have got my hat on and gloves on. Yep. Right, heading into Wainfleet now, and I'm going to be going down near Bateman's Brewery. You'll know where I am, to the river there, and we'll go and have a look at the side where it flooded last time. Hey, right, and into Wainfleet itself. Oh, very quiet. There's a wool pack. Kebab shop. Post office. Chemist. There's the Angel. So the other week we sent her when she's playing instruments. Chinese. Come on. I've been motorist. Pet shop and butchers. Right. So just coming down here now. See where we are. There's the level crossing, so we're just going to go and bounce over there. Let's go over that with two hands, I think. Right, so I'll go and show you where we filmed, and you'll see the difference on the river compared to when it flooded and breached. So there's the height now. Oh. And then, as I say, if you go back, wasn't that long ago, was it? Old panic stations. It's bike is fantastic. So I'll give you some idea. Oh, there's a coot. So this corner here, there we are. So that little gully there, so that takes the water from the road. So if this is now raining and the water's filling up, you'll actually overflow into the river steeping here. So to give you some idea of the height of that. And then what we are going to do is I'm going to go over there in a moment, and then these were sort of underwater here, where these cottages here, don't know if they actually flooded or not, but we'll go down there, and then we'll go round as well. It was yeah, this was all underwater. It was a complete panic stations. And then further over that way, I think I filmed there with Lee last week, I think it was, that also breached, and that did flood a couple of houses. Right, let's go over the bridge, and we'll go down the road that way, and then form a bit of a loop around. So it was very dark when I filmed here last time, but here was you couldn't get down here. This was underwater. I think I will go down the lane in a minute to show you where it breached, and all down here was dreadful. There's a lot of debris and mud on the road, so be careful I don't slip off. The strange thing is when you've got a day like today, where it's all calm and still and mild, the river's so beautiful, isn't it? And then in the summer, they have a rough race on here, so I'm hoping this year to be able to go and witness that. We weren't able to previously because I've been stuck in work. Right, so I'll come out. There's a bit of a salvage yard down here which we'll sort of go past, and then we'll get a cut through, and I'll take you up to where this did breach. I think the sandbags are still there. So hey, absolutely gorgeous. There's actually somebody fishing over here. I've never seen anybody fishing. And then the llama field just over where the white van is. And so we've got the salvage reclamation here. Look how beautiful that is. Wow, beautiful. I'll go down here because I don't think I brought you down here. So, that's where the campsite is, and the brewery, sandbags. So you do get brewery tours here, which still yet to do at some stage. And down here, all the kegs, and pumps, coaches, filling up the drays. And the other reason why I just brought you down here, if you didn't know, and this is literally just down the road. Oh, hang on a minute, from where we live. Let me just pull them up here. But here is the campsite. This park picked up. There you go. Each caravan is allocated a picture number. It's important this is adhered to. So for whatever reason you wish to change your pitch number, it's something arranged by a member of the brewery staff if available, or if another pitch is vacant. If you're unable to choose a pitch number, yeah, and then you've got the toilet block here. This is closed at the moment, but there are a number of electric hookup points here. And you are literally if you come and stay here, you're right by the brewery. Literally, you're right on top of the brewery. You're a couple of minute walk into Wainfleet. So you've got the Chinese, you've got a kebab house, you've got 2 pubs, butcher, co-op, pet shop, wool shop, all sorts. Yeah, beautiful campsite. But it's all grass though, so yeah, be mindful of that. It's, as I say, it's only a couple of minutes from where we live. And then just down there where the flag is, I'll stop there in a minute. I'll film there for you. You can see, but all the pitch numbers are all marked out. So pitch number 4. Yeah, beautiful. Right, let me carry on, and I'll show you a little bit further down. So if you ever stay around here, you'll be very familiar with the Bateman's beers. I like the dark mild, my favourite. Beautiful, isn't it? Right, so we're going to take a right here, and then I'll show you another view of that campsite. Right, so here we are. So then you see the white building, that's a toilet block. And this is all the pitches, and so you've got the river literally just here, and then the town's that way. So take you with us. So if you're looking for a really nice, pretty campsite, another one to consider. So you can see, literally by the river here now, and take a right here. And then on the right now, where the willow tree is there, is a campsite. That's how close you are to it. Right, I'm going to go down here, because down here is where we have the breach. Oh, somebody's doing litter picking. Now, right, so back through Wainfleet, so I'll show you where this breached. So we've got a little cafe we're just passing on my left. Hairdressers, there's the wool shop our son goes into. I've got here, I've never been here yet, but we have got fish and chip shops. It's open Fridays. Dinner times, 11:30 to 1:30 in the afternoon, 4:30 to 7:30. So if you come and stay, you've got a chippy as well, although I've never had anything from the chippy. Right, so down here there's another stretch where the river steepings is, and I can try and show you the panic that happened the last time we had those storms. Hey, daffodils are coming up. The nice thing when you're on the bike, you can sort of take in a lot more of the surroundings, what's going on around you. So here, I'll park up, show you. Let's put the bike up. Oh, there we go. So you can see the riverbank here, and obviously we've got the bridge, so there is a public footpath here as well. But you can see where they've had to try and sandbag here over to try and contain the water, because down here the water was all going in, and absolute panic stations as of river breached. So just give you some idea of how high this came up. So you can see where it's come up here, and where I'm stood here now. But I'm making an assumption, and it could be a very inaccurate assumption. So there are pumping stations. There's one down there. So here you can see how high the water is going, trying to go underneath it, and this is with a river right down, and obviously it's sort of ended up backing up as a bit of a dam. You can see how high it is there, and then that's all backed up, and then unfortunately this is the consequences here, and then you've got these bungalows which are right on this level, and then just cross over. So there's a sty there, and if you look over on the other side here, you can see how high this is here, and as I say, it goes further down there, and there's a pumping station, and that's, I believe, is what caused the problem. And there is a Wainfleet flood group where some of these banks were built up fairly recently, and we're meant to stop the problem, but hey ho, trying to stop the force of nature, that's not always easy, is it? Oh, hang on a minute, no, put it right away. Anglers access only. Oh, it's not, I thought it was a public footpath, that one. Right. Back home, I think. Trusty little bike, doing its job for me. It's going grey. So one of the other things I think I may have mentioned is myself and Lee are planning, when the warmer weather comes, so it's probably Easter time, we're not going to do it, it's freezing cold, but we're planning on doing some wild camps in some woods and places like that. But what we're going to do is go wild camping, but not tell anybody where our location is. So the minute you've got all these fucking muppets, the van life, isn't it? Wild camping outside Tesco's and IKEA and McDonald's, and all that's going to end up happening is those places are going to end up, I'll cut through here, are going to end up banning motorhomes and camper vans because of all the muppets that have been showing where they've been wild camping and stealth camping. Anyway, so this is Barkham Street. There was a film crew down here last week. So yeah, we're going to do it quite covert. If you know the area, you'll obviously see some of the landmarks, but yeah. Right, back onto here. This little cottage on the corner here, Rose Cottage, is up for sale. It's massive, that. It's beautiful. There's a YouTube video of it out there. So yeah, we're going to get a couple of small, cheapo, sort of like tents, and then do some survival. So if you know any woods locally, what come March and April, once it starts to green up a bit, so we've got some camouflage so we can't be seen, we are going to be doing some wild camping. Right, now on the road back home. Woo. Right, I'm stood by a radiator, that's very hot.
Can someone explain the laws of physics to my dear husband?
I am the law of physics. I can defy the law of physics.
Not really.
Those of a certain age, when I was a young boy, when I started at infant school, we went to a little Church of England school. And back then, we didn't have central heating. We had a great big, massive open fire. And obviously, we used to wear shorts. Do school children still wear? Boys still wear? Anyway, we had to wear shorts. So in the middle of winter, whatever, we were well hard because we were from Manchester with shorts. But when we had to go to see the teacher, her desk was right by the open fire, this massive fire. And I can remember as a boy, when I had to go and see the teacher and stand at a desk, my legs would burn next to the fire. They would literally, I'd come out and it's like, and you're trying not to cry and you're trying to be really tough. And I was only about like half a stone in weight, about 2 foot high, like a little Neil. And my legs were burning and trying to be well hard and not show it or anything. Yeah, and so radiators.
I've got a very different radiator story.
Go on then, what's your radiator story?
So, I'm enjoying my new job and everything, but I'm upstairs and it's been really cold. And then this last week, I discovered a long lost radiator that even the maintenance team didn't know was there. And I said, oh, could you please come and get this radiator warm again? And they said, what radiator? Bless. It's warmer now.
So who lost it?
It was hidden behind accumulated stuff. Yeah.
Right. But anyway, at that same school with a great big open fire, do you remember the little bottles of milk?
Mm.
They were like half a pint, a quarter of a pint, with a little straw. But in winter they were nice because they were always fresh and icy. And if it was on a frosty day, they'd actually have ice. But in summer, you had to have them when they were warm and warm milk. Ooh.
They were tolerable apart from they'd take them on the school trip if we were out for a day trip, and then they were not nice.
No. Anyway, sorry, you've not seen this vlog. So I've started this vlog having a bit of a waffle about sort of going forward and plans and things. And a couple of things that I mentioned that we need to do sooner rather than later before we forget. We need to do a vlog about how we sold our house. And then we need to do a vlog about how we bought our house and everything that went on, and maybe an updated vlog about why we chose to live here and have we made the right decision. So I think there's 3 possible housing vlogs that we can pull in.
Possibly, but I'd rather forget last year by now. It's a bit full on, to say the least.
No, but it's more of advice for. There are some YouTube people. Funny enough, there is a woman that I sort of watch on there, and she's been trying to sell her house for months, and she wants to sell it up and retire and spend all the money and go sailing around the world, and she can't sell her house. And I can see a number of things where she's going wrong. Obviously, I'm not commented. But just more tips. Anyway, so we've got those, and then on the vlog, it's Rasha 14 years since we've had her. And just saying how well she is for her age and everything. You wouldn't think she was 14, would you? Well, over 14.
She's doing okay,
yeah. And I also covered that me and Lee might be doing a bit of wild camping. Covert, but we're not going to tell people where we are. We've got all these van lifers and they go stealth camping, and there's like a Tesco's at the back or IKEA or McDonald's, and all they're going to do is ruin it for every van lifer, because all that's going to happen is height barriers are going to be put into place, and then all the van lifers are all complaining at the moment with things. Not good.
Before I left where we used to live, I went to the usual local supermarket to pick a few bits up, and there was a van in the car park. And this lady, it wasn't even particularly early, this lady got out in her pyjamas out of the van and strolled over to the supermarket toilets. It's like, not at all subtle.
There's nothing wrong with stealth camping and everything, but all the YouTubers that are doing it, and then all the other people that are then going and copying them. So, you know, it was quite original 5 years ago when people were doing this, but now everybody's doing it. And we've got a video up on the Neil Taylor channel about a trip me and Sandra did to Mantor, 2018, I think it was, 17, 18.
17, 18, something like that, yeah.
And it's always been busy, but now it is so busy. Restrictions are going to get brought in. Even walking, it's quite funny because I'm laughing and joking at Mantle. There's about 20 people at the top, and I go, "Oh, these flipping people!" You go now, there's hundreds, but it's just the power of social media and everything. It's all, all that. There was something else why I asked you to come on. Oh yeah, so you've got a new nickname at your school, haven't you?
Yeah, so students are starting to get used to me, which is nice, and more of them are like saying, "Hiya, miss, good morning, miss," and things like that, which is quite sweet.
Why do they talk like that? Why are you going all like bitch?
Because they're little.
Who's little? I used to be little once. Little Neil. Don't like little Lee.
Anyway, I was treating myself today to a proper... They are probably nice lunches, actually. There's proper fresh cooked food and everything at the canteen. It's just treating myself to a fresh cooked lunch, walking down, and then they got the usual, "Hi, miss," etc. So, hello. And then a little voice came at the back of me, "Mrs. Trolley Lady." So it's official now. I'm Mrs. Trolley Lady.
Sandra, the trolley dolly in a school. And you came home tonight. I was I was putting the bins out. It's bin day tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and it was still light and all the rest of it. It's
the sun was coming up when I went in this morning, which is, my voice is still going through. Yeah, so that was nice.
So this time last year in Manchester, there's still been dawny when you're going to work with sun rising, but you'd have been coming home very much in the dark, and what a big difference that made.
But we do get a few extra minutes just being that bit further south as well. I do notice a difference.
And then I've also mentioned on here, we've only ever done one YouTube live. I think we might do another one, but we might do it because you've got half term coming up in February, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I was saying to people out there, if they've got any suggestions or things that they want us to comment on or talk about, to put them in the description below.
So a little heads up preview, but on the Wednesday in half term I will be going to the Loughborough Bell Foundry Museum, so I'll probably take my camera there, do a bit of recording if they'll let me.
I'm so excited.
Well, there aren't many bell ringers that watch this, but I do know at least one, so for those who are bell ringers.
And have you rung the bells?
I made a new two new milestones this week. So I did go actually. So I'm now a member of the Ringers Guild, the local Ringers Guild, and I went to their meeting on Saturday. That was quite good, and I got to try some more complicated methods and everything. I met some new people. That was nice. And then on Monday, 8 months down the line, guess where I went?
I just nearly said, didn't I?
You did sort of, yeah. I went to ring the ringable bells at Inglemells that we talked about way back when we were still looking for a house, didn't we?
Ringing the bells at Ingermells. Right.
Anyway, it was a good practice. There were more experienced ringers there. So on the back of that bit of improvement there, I came back to my local tower last night and I finally rung plain Bob Minor twice all the way through without messing up, which is a bit of a miracle. So I was very excited about that. So I did my Sandra Happy Dance.
Right, talking about your Sandra Happy Dance, do you want to do the Sandra Happy Dance and say goodbye to people, because we're going to finish this off here. So
I'm not sure if I can do I did it last time.
I've got Rasha just poked her head round. So Sandra's little Rasha should have been called Shadow wherever Sandra goes.
I don't know what I look like in real life, but what's in my head when I do my Sandra Happy Dances? You know when Snoopy used to do his Happy Dance? Snoopy the dog, yeah, a bit like that. If you imagine Snoopy the dog happy dancing, that's what I'm picturing. They'll know what I mean. You know what I mean, don't you?
Weirdo. Say goodbye, Sandra. You've got no idea what I have to put up with. No idea at all.
You love me, really.
Right. Oh, we picked up another batch of subscribers via a recent video as well, which I need to show you. So if you're a new subscriber or a new viewer, thank you. So yeah.
Thank you indeed.
But for now, speak soon.
Bye for now. see you on the next one. Give us a like if you like it. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. Woo!
Keep smiling.